Hi everyone, fly with me and my family from US to Europe. We have booked this flight solely on points and it's six of us, myself, three of my kids, my husband, and my mother-in-law. We are flying on Turkish Airlines in business class from JFK to Chisinau, which is in Moldova. We love flying Turkish Airlines. They always start the flight with the pre-boarding drinks of your choice. They also give you very cute amenity kits. They have kids amenity kit that I didn't know exist, but my kids asked for them, and this is what they got. Some essentials for the flight, which included the sleeping mask, the socks, and headphones. The kids' version of Amenity Kit also has kids' toothbrush and kids' toothpaste, which was cute. Different routes on a Turkish Airlines have different types of planes. This one was 777-300ER, which has seating as follows: 2, 3, 2. So it is lie flat, and you are flying with obviously other passengers next to you. If you're flying solo, I would probably avoid the middle seat and then the window seat because you'll have to go through the passengers next to you. The reason we love Turkish Airlines, they are very kids friendly. They have a very good service and attention to details. Here we are on the plane and we are being served by a chef on board. Tons of food variety to choose from, starting with appetizers and soup. This pumpkin soup was delicious. Kids, a menu was available, but we opted for an adult meals, which were chicken and in my case, fish. And to finish it off with the dessert tray, which was amazing. You can also ask for your bed to be made up early. The flight attendants pretty much come in and do your bed, and you will be ready to take a nap. I think my kids were overexcited, so really, on the 9-hour flight, they slept maybe a couple hours and they tried to snuggle with us. Anyways, once you wake up, you are going to be served with some breakfast, starting again with appetizers, which were fruit plates and some yogurt and cheese options. You can ask for coffee, tea, and other snacks during the flight. If you are on Turkish flight, I highly recommend to try their Turkish coffee. It's amazing. Here's another little amenity kit because one of my kids lost one, so they got their replacement, which was a different one. The flight attendants, the flight crew in general, was very, very nice and attentive. They offered to take our kids and played with them for a couple of minutes, which gave us a little bit of a break. Now, let's get into the price breakdown. This particular flight costed us 70,000 points per person, which ended up being 420,000 points, and each ticket costed at $72 on top of the 70,000 points. This does not consider a good redemption necessarily. Typically, this flight could cost us anywhere from 50,000 to like 63,000 points, but we had to book it the night before because our other flight got canceled. So we were lucky to be flying the day we needed. This is the beauty of having a flexible currency, which are points, to book your flights. So in total, we paid 420,000 and 420 some change dollars for the flight to go from JFK to Istanbul and from Istanbul to Chisinau, which is the next flight. The next flight is also in business class, but this is not the regular or traditional business class. This is the flight where they block off the middle seat. And even on a 1-hour flight, you are being served hot breakfast or hot lunch or hot dinner in 1 hour. They fit it in 1 hour, which was amazing, and the food was delicious. So the 70,000 points mentioned earlier also included this segment of the flight. And just like that, we were in Chisinau. The total flight time was around 12 hours, with the layover in Istanbul for 2 hours. We've spent a couple weeks in Moldova, which is my husband's home country. So now let's take a flight back from Moldova to US. This is in the airport, Chisinau Airport, which does has a business class lounge. By the way, If you're flying on Turkish Airways, you do not have access here. You have to have a priority pass, which we do have. So we access the business class lounge in Chisinau Airport. It's nice, cozy, small lounge in the airport that does serve hot breakfast, hot drinks, beverages, you name it. One thing I've noticed since we started traveling in business class and learning the world of points and credit cards, if you are flying in business class and you have accesses to different lounges, you will be stuffed. The food is everywhere, the drinks are everywhere, so plan accordingly. This flight took us from Moldova to Istanbul. We are flying back, but our flight back will be to Atlanta instead of JFK, which was our original flight. This is again the plane where they block off the middle seat and consider it business class, and we are flying through Istanbul. By the way, Istanbul airport is huge, so plan accordingly. The lines, even on the business class line, can be backed up. The lounge in Istanbul is huge, and they have kids' playground, which is awesome. Not to mention all the food options they have. All right, let's go and board our next flight, which was on a different plane. We are flying from Istanbul to Atlanta on 787-9 Dreamliner. This is a complete different setup, which is a 1-2-1. And it is more secluded. We'll love this modification much, much more. Everybody had much more room and much more privacy. The menu between different routes does change, but generally it's the same. You get the appetizers, you get the main course, and then the dessert. And you have a wine list to choose from and the beverage list to choose from. So enjoy it. You can pre-order kids' menu if you'd like. You have to do it, I believe, 48 hours before the flight. I also wanted to share the lavatory, which was spacious. And since I am traveling with 3 kids, I appreciate any space I get. So here's a little glimpse of what's inside. Then they have this baby tray. Again, as the mother, I appreciate this a lot. They have, I'm going to show it in a second. Wait a second. Here it is. You can sit down next to your child. That takes forever to do their business. And interesting enough, this lavatory was equipped with a bidet unit. I found this interesting. I have never seen this on any other airplane. And this is it about the lavatory on the 787-9 Dreamliner. Let's go back into the main cabin. So the experience starts with selecting your main course, and once you're up in the air, they start serving you with drinks first. Some roasted nuts, which by the way are delicious on Turkish Airlines. And about 10-15 minutes after they serve drinks and roasted peanuts, they start bringing appetizers, beginning with their famous butter and bread, followed by the tray of appetizers that you can select from, and then the main course. By the way, the food on Turkish Airlines is phenomenal. We loved everything we tried. I tried the salmon, my kids tried pasta, my other child tried chicken, my husband tried kebab. So everything we tried, I can assure you, was delicious. Not to mention that I love Turkish desserts and a Turkish coffee, which they serve right after dinner. So if you think that you're gonna go to bed right after dinner, you're wrong, because they bring this huge card of different desserts that you can choose from that had everything, including ice cream. And after the dessert was done, we settled down for a nap, which is very comfortable on this particular modification and the lie flat. And just like that, our 12.5 hour was over, so we got served some breakfast and we arrived at Atlanta Airport. So let me get into the breakdown. This particular flight was booked with miles again, coming from Chisinau, Moldova to US Atlanta. We took a flight from Chisinau to Istanbul and Istanbul to Atlanta. which was booked directly with Turkish Airlines before they developed their mile system. So we were lucky to book this particular flight at 50,000 points plus $250 per person. Let's get in the final price breakdown. We spent 720,000 points in total plus less than $2,000 in fees versus I put the number of 21,000 for 6 people in business class. On average, the tickets can cost anywhere from 3,500 to like $6,000. I took the lowest number, so we ended up paying less than $2,000 in fees and 720,000 points for the flights that otherwise would cost our family $21,000. So you let me know if you think it's a good redemption. I think it's a fantastic redemption. We always fly to Europe or Central Asia once a year. So this flight make a lot of sense to us and to our family. I hope you enjoy this video and I'll see you next. Bye now.